Alright, should not be muted anymore.
Oh, yeah. A still? A still picture?
Was fine, yeah.
Can people out there hear us? Woo! Awesome. Thank you. Singing a little test to make sure the wind doesn't bother the mic. Get louder. Okay, we'll definitely be louder when we actually sing. Like this, da 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 da. It's a test. Awesome. Yeah. And now you guys want to test yours? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? That sound okay out there? All right.
Keep going.
You'll hear more from us later.
Sound good. Hi folks, we're going to get started in a few minutes. We're waiting for 1 or 2 more buses to arrive, and then we'll get started. Please make yourself comfortable. There's water and snacks at the tent back there. Thank you. You're all set.
We're offended by that. In the wrong country. How can you look what's going on and not be totally offended? You gotta be blunt. Wait a second, I got one more for you. Because it's just a reminder for
Justice Singer. Three balls in the chorus, no one hears Kate.
Now I lost them.
Justice Singers, can you come back up here, please? Can we get the Justice Singers up here?
Yeah, it's about 2 miles.
Calling Kate.
Can I get David Nierenberg and Leah?
We were made for these times. Don't give up hope. We were made for these times. Don't give up hope. We were made for these times. Show your soul, it shines like gold in these dark times. Don't lose heart. We were made for these. We were made for these times. Oh, we were made for these times. Don't lose heart. We were made for these times. Show your soul, it shines like gold in these dark times. Don't give up hope. We were made for these times. Made for this. Don't give up hope. We were made for these times. Don't give up hope. We're made for these times. We're marching for freedom. We were made for these times. We're marching for freedom. We were made for these times. We were made for this. We're marching for freedom. We were made like gold in these dark times. We're fighting for justice. Justice. We were made for these times. Fighting for justice. We were made for these times. We were made for this. Show your soul is these dark times.
Program's gonna get started soon. In the meantime, one more song. All right. We shall not be we shall not be moved.
just like a tree that's planted by the behind us, we shall not be moved. The Union is behind us, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. We're fighting for our freedom, we shall not be moved. Fighting for our freedom, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. All of us together, we shall not be moved. All of us together, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. We're standing for our neighbors, we shall not be moved. Standing for our neighbors, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. We are the people. We are the people. We shall not be moved. We are the people. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. Woo. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Megan Guidi, and I'm with Pittsburgh Women for Democracy. To open our program, I'd like to welcome and all of those in bondage.
Thank you, Megan. It looks wonderful out here. Everybody should just look around and see who you're with. When we were singing, "We are the people," we are the people. Perfect, just perfect. So in the Jewish calendar, we've entered the month of Elul, the month before Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and before Yom Kippur, the day that we fast and pray and do what we call teshuvah, full repentance. Elul is a time of preparation, a time that we look back over the previous year and take stock of all that we've done as individuals, as a community, as a country. For me, this month brings an onslaught of images of everything that's happened during this past year. This year, the images are fierce. I see people working and shopping and living their lives when suddenly cars of masked men wielding weapons snatch them up and drag them into detention centers like Moshannon, not sharing with their families or loved ones where they are, not telling them where they're going or why. Shame. Right. I see young children getting home from school or daycare, finding their parents gone. Shame. I see people crammed together in unsafe, unhealthy conditions, with little decent medical care, with barely edible food, with no ability to connect with the outside world. Shame. I see people who are, for no real reason, thrown into what they call the hole, a dark and unlivable solitary space for days and weeks on end. I see people in these crowded, dirty spaces getting sick, and having no real medical care. I see people who do not understand English forced to live in a place where they never understand what is being said to them. I see people being forced to work long hours every day for $1 a day. I see the GEO Group, a private corporation, earning $3 million per month to operate the Moshannon Valley Processing Center and others like it. $3 million a month. And I see deep depression intensifying among those living in Moshannon as the population grows and the conditions worsen. And most of all, as we reach this month of introspection and focus on the year that is rapidly ending, I see the face of Chalfang, who was found hanging by his neck in the detention center. He was 32 years old. He had been found guilty and served time for credit card fraud and should have been, like everybody else who serves time, released and allowed to go back to his life. Anyone who's found guilty of a crime goes back to their life and lives. But instead, G was picked up by ICE and thrown into Moshannon for no legal reason. We will never know exactly what happened to him, but we all go into this month with the image of this young man, never allowed to reach the full potential of his life. We take the image of a soul that could no longer face the cruel and inhuman incarceration of Moshannon. We take the image of someone with family and friends who will never connect with them again because of the deep pain he was experiencing. We dedicate today, and we dedicate this month, and we dedicate our work during this coming year to Chalfang's memory and to the memory of many others who have faced the sheer cruelty of ICE and of this administration, and who were unable to continue to face a life of pain and torture. We take these images with us today as we demand that to honor his memory, to honor the memory of all who have been so badly mistreated, we take their memories with us to push us in our demand that the Moshannon Valley Processing Center no longer be incarcerated there, that the horrific immigration system that stands behind this cruelty be ended. This is the only way we can honor Chalfang's memory, and the desire to hold him in our hearts pushes us to look honestly at what is happening in our country and to work relentlessly to change it. Kain Yehi Ratzon, may this be so.
Thank you, Rabbi. Wow, this is a crowd. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Megan Guidi, and I am here with Philipsburg Women for Democracy. We are proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with all of you today to say Pennsylvania rejects the GEO Group's concentration camp. There are so many powerful groups represented here today, and I want to shout out the rest of today's organizing team. Indivisible, Montgomery County and Friends. Indivisible, West Jenkinstown. Community for Change. Indivisible Mayday. and Indivisible outcry. Now, I want to let you in on a little rumor that's been flying around. Some people are saying we're being paid to be here today. So let me ask you, are any of you being paid?
No!
Okay, good, because I was wondering where I should get my check. You're here for free, great. But I've also heard another rumor.
I paid for gas.
And that rumor is that we're being bussed in. And you know what? That one's actually true. Because this isn't just a Philipsburg issue. It's not just a Clearfield County issue. It's a Pennsylvania issue. And when we have a Pennsylvania issue, we stand together. So, let's prove it right now. I'm going to do a roll call. And when I call out your community, I want to hear you make some noise. All right, rural PA, are you here? Central PA, are you here? Pittsburgh, are you here? Philadelphia, are you here?
Woo!
Pennsylvania, are you here?
Yeah!
That's right. We are all standing here together as one Commonwealth, united to oppose the cruelty and unnecessary detention happening right here in this beautiful town of Philipsburg. Just a few miles up the road sits the largest ICE detention center in the Northeast, the Moshannon Valley Processing Center. That's right. It holds more than 1,800 people, men, women, and non-binary folks, right here in Pennsylvania. There have been at least 3 ACLU lawsuits tied to Moshannon. One over how the county approved the detention contracts. One challenging removals under a centuries-old law, and one seeking records about sexual abuse allegations inside the facility. The ACLU has also filed federal civil rights complaints about inhumane conditions and lack of language access at Moshannon. United Nations experts have made it clear, more than 15 days in solitary confinement is torture. But a 2024 Physicians for Human Rights study found that in ICE detention, the average stay in solitary confinement is 27 days, well beyond that number. And according to ICE's own data, no facility makes use of solitary confinement as much as the Moshannon Valley Processing Center. As of this spring, 147 people were locked in solitary confinement every month. To put that into perspective, the next highest ICE facility held 82 per month. We have a few demands here today. Our first is that we call on the Clearfield County Commissioners to shut down the Moshannon Valley Processing Center by ending their contract with ICE. We demand freedom for those imprisoned in detention centers and not transfers into other facilities. We fight to ensure Moshannon or any other detention center is not replaced with a new prison. And long term, we fight to shut down all detention centers in our region: Elizabeth, Pike, Clinton, Erie, and Delaney Hall, and immigration detention nationwide. And finally, we call on our Congress people, Lee, Dean, Evans, Boyle, Scanlon, DeLuzio, and Houlihan, to accept their authority and tour the Moshannon Valley Detention Center to see what's really going on in there.
Where are they?
Now here's why. Immigration detention is a cruel and unnecessary part of a broken immigration system. There are more than 12 million undocumented people in the United States. Our neighbors, our coworkers, and our friends. It is neither realistic or humane to think that you can tear 12 million. Many of these people have lived here for years, working, raising children, building our communities. But under our current system, most have no pathway to legal status. That includes young people brought here as children who grow up American in every way but are still denied a path to citizenship. Instead of real solutions, our government chooses detention. But detention doesn't fix anything. It doesn't keep us safe. It doesn't make the system work better. It only spreads fear. And here's the truth. Detention is punishment without due process. We already have laws. We already have courts. But detention skips the courts. It skips the lawyers. It skips the due process and the protections that make our justice system fair. It creates a second-class system that strips people of the rights the rest of us take for granted. Because when we start deciding that some people don't deserve rights, we put everyone's rights at risk. At the heart of justice is due process. Your right to know what's happening to you, your right to a lawyer, and your right to a day in court. Those are not privileges. Those are rights. And the moment we treat rights like privileges, none of our rights are safe. Now, before we move into the rest of today's program, I want to share a little bit about how things will go. Periodically throughout this program, you'll hear stories from people who have experienced life inside Moshannon or from their family members. For obvious reasons, they will not have names or identifying details. You'll also notice this flag here next to me, and throughout the program, we'd love if someone would come up and relieve our flag bearer, because that's a pretty hard job here in the sun. And the banner people too. Okay, great. We got you on the list. Today is about solidarity and truth-telling. So let's keep each other safe, and let's show the world what it looks like when Pennsylvania stands together. My name is Megan Guidi, and I lead Pittsburgh Women for Democracy. It is an honor to stand with all of you today. Have a safe and peaceful demonstration.
Hi, my name is Rose Delaluz from Norristown, and I am here with Unidas para Servir Norristown. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for not here, because directly I've been affected by immigration. We have family members, loved ones, even our community in Norristown. They have been ripped from the community, taken from their jobs, their cars. They're just looking at them, spying on them to see, when they're out. So this is very personal. It's very sad too. Let's not, say it's not, but thank you for being here. And also, it's important that we're all here. We're fighting against basic human rights. Currently right now, there's two people inside that are family members, and so we want to bring awareness as to what Moshannon is doing. And so when the community is being attacked and half of the community can't stand up and speak for themselves because they're scared, they're terrified, someone else has to come and do it. And so I'm here for the whole community, for the family members. Unión hace la fuerza. Unity is strength, okay? And thank you all. And I'll be back. But I did want to introduce myself, Rose Delaluz, and I'll be around here. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum, shalom alaikum, salam everyone. My name is Ahmet Tekelioğlu. I'm the executive director of CARE Philadelphia, CARE Pennsylvania. We are a Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization. The goal here is to shut down Moshannon. How many of you were there when we did shut down Bergs back in 23? It looked initially impossible. It looked difficult. It took many vigils, many protests, mobilization like this one. But in 2023, finally, we did it. The community did it. Yes, and we know that it is because we will pursue this end that these injustices will come to an end. In the last week alone, I spoke to 2 community members' families and to them who are currently in Moshannon. They were immediately taken away from their families. In one case, there was left behind a mother with a 6-week-old child. She was trying to figure out how she would find the money to pay for the diapers, and the community mobilized. But that it is our responsibility, our moral responsibility at this time when our people are being taken and kidnapped from their communities to speak from a position of moral clarity. That this is unjust, that it is incumbent upon all of us in the next protest, in the next mobilization, to bring 5 additional people with us. Are you with me? Do you commit to that? I come from a tradition where our early elders had to leave their city of birth to seek safety. And they sought safety in lands that were not from their own faith. And we follow in that tradition. And we follow in that tradition and to reflect also on its spiritual meaning, which is to be fair to everybody and to create a society that's based on equality and to reject the kind of dehumanization that our communities, whether they are Muslim, whether they are Palestinian, whether they are American, whether they are coming from Latin America or Asia, are being subject to. That dehumanization is our enemy. While we build in terms of principles of peace and join in unity, we can be clear in our conscience to say that dehumanization is our enemy. So today, when I look at the diversity that's over here and the many who are supporting, it gives me hope. I look back at the Shutdown Burst campaign and it gives me hope. And I hope that next time we'll fill this space with tenfold of people. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
I arrived in Moshannon after a 4-hour journey. We were cuffed and shackled the entire time and didn't know where we were going. They wouldn't even take off the cuffs to let us go to the bathroom. They took all our belongings and gave us their uniforms and a bagged lunch, the only food I'd seen in over 24 hours, and then led us to the cells. It was a big room with 50 to 60 women all looking at us. As soon as the guards left us, the women started asking me about the apple. All they wanted to know about was the apple. I finally realized there was an apple in the lunch bag and that these women had not seen a piece of fresh fruit the entire time they had been here. One woman had been there for a year without seeing or eating a piece of fresh fruit. I took out the apple and managed to cut it into teeny pieces, sharing them around with everyone. But I couldn't bring myself to eat my piece. I gave it away to one of the women.
Good afternoon. I'm Rabbi Elise Wechterman, and I'm from the Philadelphia side of the state. This is awesome. I know that there are people who are here from local communities, but most of us got on buses or in cars and drove a long distance. Why? Because we were not going to let that stop us. We got here no matter what it took. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to ask a few questions. Raise your hand if you were born in another country. Raise your hand if your parents were born in another country. One of your parents, at least. Raise your hand if one or more of your grandparents were born in another country. Raise your hand if your great-grandparents were born in another country. Raise your hand if your ancestors were brought here against their will. I think she was wooing the fact that I called them out, not that they were brought here against their will. We are a nation of people who come from someone else. What it means to be human is to move around from place to place and seek home. That is why the Hebrew Bible says more than 36 times, welcome the stranger, because that's what humans do. We welcome, we care, we feed, we clothe. We do not do what is being done in our name in this country. We are here to say not in our name. We want it to stop, and we're starting with Moshannon, but we're not stopping there.
Hello, hello. Nice meeting everybody today. We love the crowd. Thank you. I'd like to first start to thank the organizers for this event. Y'all have done an amazing job. Just for us to be here standing is beautiful. So I really appreciate everybody coming out here. And shout out to Philly. Philly's in the house. So my name is Sergio Valesico, and I'm here representing the Latino caucus of Pennsylvania State University. I made it sound cool there, but it's just Penn State. We are, but we're going to talk about that for a second. Okay. The Latino caucus, our mission is to represent Latino voices and Latino organizations across Penn State and all across PA. As someone who's pursuing their education at this institution with hopes of creating a better world, I'm disgusted to see my university's complicity in what's going on in the country today. Penn State's Applied Research Laboratory, funded by the U.S. military and the military-industrial complex, is a facility used to create crowd dispersal weapons. These weapons are the ones that are being used to target protesters across the country, including LA, New York, and our very own state. Penn State received these funds from these entities that target people for speaking up against injustice. And as a student, I'll not go silent as I watch my tuition being used to perpetuate harm against innocent people. This administration has targeted the people locked in this facility for the crime of being here illegally, when we all know it's impossible to be illegal in stolen land. We are no longer falling for the bullshit. I say no more to the destructive narrative that plants other human beings as less than, as aliens, because the only alien I see are the people up there in office wearing human skin. What we are witnessing today is an authoritarian playbook happening in real time in front of our eyes. The supposed country of freedom is now using the military to target its own citizens in D.C., and it was spread across the country. Their lie is that they're targeting criminals, targeting illegals, because if they were to really target the real criminals, they would be up there in the office right now. This nation, founded on the genocide of its native people, continues to perpetuate genocides across the globe and across the country. We must stand together in solidarity, call out this detention camp for what it is, a concentration camp. No longer can we sit silent as we as this battle is something that we're facing in our home. There's a facility no longer than 10 minutes from here that's holding people against their will. So we're going to keep showing up until these people are freed, and the real criminals who perpetuate this system are tried for their crimes against humanity. The people locked up in this facility are simply looking for a chance promised by this country that anyone could achieve their dream if with hope and aspiration. I'm the son of immigrants who dreamed of greater possibilities for me in this nation. I carry the spirit of freedom within me just as much as those stuffed away in this prison. Let this be a warning. If it can happen to one group of people, it can happen to all of us. So we're going to continue to fight for what's right. We're going to stand together in solidarity, and we the people have the power to control our own destiny. So, fuck ICE, free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan. Thank you.
My name is Luther Jett, and I'm a member of the Philipsburg Borough Council, and we want to welcome everyone who has come to Philipsburg for this purpose. I also want to remind everyone that we're not only bound as Americans to do these things, we are bound as citizens of the state of Pennsylvania to do these things. Whose statue is on top of the City Hall in Philadelphia? William Penn. William Penn's. Did he invite the immigrant and the needy and the poor to come to Pennsylvania? He did. Now it's up to us. It's our generation. Many, many things have gone wrong in Pennsylvania and all over the world, including, as we just mentioned, genocide of the native population. But many things can also go right if we will just insist on that rightness. Now, in connection with this, I want to mention that at around 4 o'clock, I guess things are going to be winding down here, is that right? We are going to have the Old Union Church open for a service of prayer and reconciliation, and we are inviting everyone to come. I know you might be tired out by that time. You might have had too much sun. The only thing is, I have to tell you where the church is. Down there at the first light is Prescott Street. If you take a left and go about 7 blocks, you will come to the Old Union Church that's surrounded by a churchyard and all that. So we're going to have a service there at 4 o'clock, and everyone is more than welcome to come. I have to mention one other thing. There are no restrooms at the old church. So if you do decide to come, use the ones out here. Thank you very much.
Justice Singers of Center County, and we are a team of song leaders. We also do a monthly community song circle, and I'm so thrilled to be joined by some of our song circle members today. And we are going to sing a version with rewritten lyrics that we wrote to an old Union song called Which Side Are You On? And I hope that you all will join in on the chorus. All right, let me just get my note. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Come all you good people, sad news to you I'll tell of how the GEO Group has come in here to dwell. Which side are you on? 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 Corporate cops will gladly hire you and add you to their roll. You'll make a little money, but you'll sacrifice your soul. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
side are you on? If you're here in this country, due process is your right. They think if they take it away, folks like us won't stand and fight. Which side are you on? 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 Our country fought fascism back in World War II. Now it's here in our own land, and so I'm asking you, which side are you on? 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 They'll lie and say it's normal, but we believe. Which side are you on? 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 We must stand united, 'cause we know what fascists do. Today they come for immigrants, and soon they'll come for you. Which side are you on? 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 So go and ask your leader. Which side are you on? 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 Keep it going. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side? Ask Josh Shapiro. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Ask the Clearfield County Commissioner's Office. Which side are you on? Ask John Fetterman. Which side are you on? 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 Ask G.T. Thompson. Which side are you on? 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 Call all your members of Congress and ask them. On? Which side are you on? Never stop asking. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Thank you. If you're in Central PA and you like singing songs like that, find us at justicesingerscc.com.
My partner was grabbed violently out of his car on the way to work. They pulled him out with such force that he was injured, and he had only recently been released from the hospital and was already requiring follow-up care. But they never brought him to see a nurse or a doctor, nothing. Only once he got sick with a cold or flu did they take him to the infirmary. And even then, they still didn't address his other medical issues. The thing I am worried most about is that the longer he is in there, the worse his condition will become, and he will deteriorate and never be the same.
Hello, I am Sister Sarah Crotty, a sister of St. Joseph of the Roman Catholic tradition. Can I pull it out? Sorry. There we go. I'm a little taller than most. And I'm from Pittsburgh. So my tradition, along with Christian scripture and the sacred scripture of most every great tradition, could not be any clearer. Every person is made in the image of likeness of God and deserves dignity, safety, stability, welcome, and respect. Welcoming immigrants welcoming the outsider, so to speak, so that they are never against the gospel call to compassionate service, and the gospel call to speak out against injustice is not vague nor conditional. It is a mandate. We are called to love one another without distinction and to especially care for and protect the vulnerable. Maybe we should ask ourselves not what would Jesus do, but what did Jesus do? He welcomed the stranger, the immigrant, the foreigner, and he commanded us to do the same. Thus, as Christians, as people of faith, of all faiths and of no faith, we are here today to say we cannot allow this in our name. We will not be silent as our neighbors, friends, and colleagues are violently rounded up, arrested, and put in detention centers such as Moshannon, whether they have committed crime or not, without regard to their immigration status and without due process. It is illegal, it is immoral, and it is wrong. There is a verse written by Pastor Martin Niemöller at the time of Hitler's rise to power. I fear it is relevant for our country and even our state today. In Germany, first they came for the communist, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not in a union. Then they came for the Catholics, and I did not speak out because I was Protestant. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Let us not reduce one another to labels. Let us be compassionate, peace-loving justice seekers who will neighbor for crying out for justice.
I'm here to share a story of a family member who was detained outside of Norristown. Nos llevó una semana a encontrar dónde estaba. No nos dijeron nada. Mi esposo es quien se queda con nuestros hijos cuando voy a trabajar por las tardes. Es quien acuesta a nuestras hijas. Teníamos miedo de que esto sucediera, pero no pudo ni ir a trabajar. Necesitamos ganar dinero para alimentar a nuestra familia. Y ahora, sin sus ingresos, tengo que buscar y pagar un abogado y depositar dinero en su cuenta de comisario para que pueda comer bien. Lo que les dan no es suficiente. Pan, arroz y un poco de carne misteriosa. Usa el dinero de la cuenta del comisario para llamarme, hablar con sus hijas y comprar bolsas de sardinas y fideos ramen para complementar la comida. Tenemos que pagarles para que lo mantengan allí.
안녕하세요. 오늘 이 자리에 펜실베니아 이민자 커뮤니티를 위해 함께 모여 연대하는 모든 분들께 감사의 인사를 전합니다. Hello. I want to start with appreciation for organizers for this event and all of you who come out here today in solidarity for immigrant communities in Pennsylvania. My name is Jay Lee, and I'm an Asian American and Pacific Islander community organizer from Montgomery County. I would like to start reminding ourselves of something we often forget. Fear of separation from family, fear of deportation, fear of detention. This is not just a Latinx experience. It's every immigrant experience, and it's something every one of us should be aware of. This is something even many AAPI folks are not aware of. Out of 11 million undocumented people in this country, about 2 million are AAPI. And right here in Pennsylvania, according to the 2024 report, about 10% of the detainees in Moshannon Valley Processing Center are AAPI. Pennsylvania is home for many refugees and asylum seekers, yet ICE has been targeting the very people who fled violence, persecution, and war, the very people who sought safety here. Let me share a story. On July 26, a responsible father, husband, and a good neighbor, Anu Vong Bandit, was taken by ICE. A child abuse case his daughter has long said never happened. But instead of safety and stability, Anu faces detention and deportation. This is not justice. And let me share another story. The Nepali-speaking Bhutanese community knows this pain too well. In the 1990s, they were stripped of the citizenship and expelled from Bhutan in a campaign of ethnic cleansing. They spent decades in refugee camps in Nepal before finally resettling here in the U.S. starting in 2008. Nearly 90,000 people rebuilt their lives, working, sending their kids to school, opening businesses, raising families. There are large communities of Nepali Bhutanese in central Pennsylvania. In 2025, ICE is targeting this community. Since March, 72 community members have been arrested and more than 40 deported. Many were expelled back and forth between Bhutan, India, and Nepal. None of these countries willing to take responsibility. Some were forced into police custody in Nepal. Some are missing. Their location, their safety, their well-being remain unknown. What we see here is a cycle of displacement and trauma, repeated again and again. Families torn apart, children left behind, lives shattered. And while this is happening, the Moshannon Valley Processing Center, operated by the GEO Group, is profiting from pain, profiting from detention, profiting from forced labor, where detainees are severely underpaid, exploited, mistreated physically and mentally. This is not just cruel, this is inhumane. And that is why we are here today to say loud and clear, the Moshannon Valley Processing Center must shut down. And we have demands to ICE detention or enforcement. And to our federal and state legislators, please come out and inspect the conditions inside the Moshannon Valley Processing Center. Stop ICE from unlawfully taking immigrants and transferring them here. Shut down Moshannon Valley and all other detention centers in Pennsylvania. To mention few, Pike County Jail, FDC Philadelphia, and many others. We know detention is not about safety. It's about money. It's about profit. And it's about control. But people are not for sale. Families are not bargaining chips. So today we stand in front of these walls. Let's remember what's inside them. Fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, our neighbors, and our friends. And let's commit to fighting until every single detention center is shut down, until every immigrant is free, and until Pennsylvania is a true home for all of us. Thank you all for standing here with us. Thank you for raising your voice. And let's keep pushing, let's keep organizing, and keep demanding justice. Because Together we will shut down Moshannon Valley Processing Center.
Rose de la Luz, I am going to speak about the experience from inside. So while inside, repeatedly threatened by guards with sexual abuse and rape teases about being brought back in, even if he was released. They're making money. We're talking about they have to buy their own boxers, $4.20. Socks, $1.08. A pack of instant rice, $1.72. A pack of sardines, $1.44. Thermal underwear, $5. All of this is the same account that has to be paid 35 cents a minute to get texting, phone calls. For them to be able to get in touch with their families, we have to send money. The breadwinners are the ones that are being taken away from their families. How are we supposed to get in contact with them? They're just making and profiting money off of immigrants. Half of these people do not have any criminal records. There's a family member that we got lucky with. We were able to get him out on bail. He was released. But nothing has changed. He's still in the same process. What was the reason of it? What was the whole reason of it? To make more money, to terrorize our community? Just yesterday, I was visiting my cousin. I was supposed to be visiting my cousin yesterday at the center. I was there since 10:30 in the morning. Around 2, a guard comes up, gets the A number, leave now, go up, leave now, and come back at 4:15. I go up because I have to make a U-turn. I found another guard. I was like, I have a quick question. If I leave now, am I gonna lose my spot? He told me, I'm gonna tell you what's happening right now. We're gonna change shifts. The guard was like, I play by the books. She doesn't. She has a cold heart, and I don't know what she's telling you. If she told you to come back at 4:15, come back sooner because you're gonna lose your spot. He was like, play however you want, leave, come back. I come back at 4:15. There's a bunch of cars in front of me. I go up. The guard is next to my window, and she's like, you can't get in. Come back at 5:30. Make another line. Leave Moshannon property and come back. I was like, I was here since 10:30 in the morning. I have a baby. She's 2 months old. I'm trying to have her see my cousin, the dad, right? I was like, I've been here all day. All day. I literally left to go get lunch and come back. I've been here all day. What do you mean I can't go in? I kept asking and asking more questions because I need to know what is the process to be able to get inside. And after a lot of questioning, she told me only 7 cars are able to go in at the time that they open the gates. And she was frustrated that I was asking a lot of questions. And we were recording because they keep contradicting themselves. They make their own rules. She was like, leave now before I call state police. Leave. So at this point, 5:30 was the next set of visitations that we were supposed to go in. I make line again. 5:30, there's more cars in front of me. They make you make a U-turn, get out of the facility, and then come back in, right? Last call, 6:30. I was the 3rd car in line to be able to see. I was the 3rd car. I was for sure going to get inside. She goes to the front car first, gets the A number. She goes to the second car, gets the A number. She doesn't even come to my window. She goes around. I have your information, okay? When the gates open, she calls someone else on her walkie-talkie, and another officer comes. You're denied access because you're rude and you were recording. You can't see anyone today. Leave now. They make their own rules. This has to stop. It's not fair. They're taking our people, and we must speak up. So thank you, everyone, for standing with us. And like I said, la unión hace la fuerza. Unity is strength. Thank you all.
Hey folks, I'm State Representative Chris Rabb. And I'm a long way from I'm a public servant, and I chose to run because I believe in justice. I believe in community. I believe in care. That's why I'm here. You can't vote for me. You may not ever have been to my neighborhood, but I'm still your neighbor. I am still your neighbor, and because I'm your neighbor, I love you. It's a difficult mix of emotions for me right now because I'm here out of love, but I have rage in my heart. I am raging against the injustice that we endure unnecessarily in a country where many people have been brainwashed to believe is great. But you cannot be a great nation unless you're committed to goodness. And you can't be good if you kidnap people. You can't be good if you tear apart families. You can't be good if you allow billionaires to profit from not detention centers, but concentration camps. There is no greatness in that. But there's goodness amongst us. And our path to greatness is born out of that. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here as a public servant who represents 67,000 souls across 4 neighborhoods in Northwest Philly. And for all of you who are local or near this area, I embrace you just as much as I want your embrace. I want to say this. We all know that it is corrupt and sinister for people to profit off of misery and cruelty. So we should not have for-profit, quote-unquote, detention centers. They should not exist. But can I keep it real, people? Can I speak from the heart? There should be no fucking detention centers. For a county? No, they should not exist. But I gotta say some things that may take you out of your comfort zone if you process this from a political perspective. You see, I am a registered Democrat. But I'm not here as a Democrat. Do you know why? Do you know why I'm not here as a Democrat? It's because no party is going to save us. So I'm not saying Democrats are the same as Republicans. I'm not saying that. I've chosen which one I'm affiliated with. But it's about principle over party. Because there's a lot of Democrats who wish I wasn't here. I make it difficult for them to remain silent. But I'm not going to be silent. Particularly when I look across this amazing group of humanity and you inspire me. I know that as a public servant, there's a responsibility for me to inspire you, but in this moment, you inspire me to do the work that all elected officials should do. But when I mention my political affiliation, I also have to acknowledge that as much as we love to bash one of the best villains we've had in generations, the Orange Mussolini or the Cheeto in Chief or whatever you call him, whatever you call it. The reality is, Democrats are a part of this too. Because before there was Trump, there was Biden, there was Obama, there are the Bushes, and there was a guy named Clinton who made all of this possible. And I'm not trying to come at anyone as an individual, but how you use your power when you're in power matters. And in 1996, he criminalized black and brown immigrants. He created what is now the infrastructure that Trump has strengthened even more. So, I'm not here as a Democrat. I'm here as your neighbor. I'm here as a public servant who believes in justice and that no family should be torn apart. You're talking to a black man who knows his ancestors and knows the legacy that my people have made to come to this point. Listen, I told you I don't descend from immigrants. I knew my grandparents and they knew their grandparents, and all 16 of my great-great-grandparents were born in a country where slavery was the state law. From Mississippi to Maryland, from Manhattan to Medford. And they weren't waiting for anyone to free them. They freed themselves. They freed themselves. Whether it's the 200,000 black folk who signed up to join the Union Army, or it was the enslaved themselves, destroying the crops, freeing themselves, working with white and black abolitionists and indigenous folk. Things don't just happen, we make them happen. And wherever you come from, whoever you love, whatever body you inhabit, whatever zip code you claim, whatever party you affiliate with, our fates are intertwined. And I thought I was saying this simply enough back after I took office in 2017, but not enough of my Democratic colleagues heard the call that has motivated all of you to come out here today. I said the same thing back then. What you gotta say now? I'm saying the same damn thing. But a lot more people are doing the work. Y'all are doing the work. You're showing up. You're resisting. You're disrupting. You're speaking truth to power. This is what you are doing. You're not waiting for anyone, and you shouldn't, because only we will save us. And who is the we? That's right, all of you. It is communities of struggle. And I'm very precise with the language I use, folks. Every one of you who chose to be here in this moment are members of communities of struggle. Those are groups of people who realize that we have more in common than what they want to use to divide us. That immigrants aren't the problems, it's billionaires. Capitalism is not in crisis. Capitalism is crisis. We got a lot of work to do, folks, and I know it's a heavy burden on all of us, but we got to keep showing up. We got to keep speaking up. Always. Always. As soon as they have convinced you that we don't have power, they've won. But we keep showing up, don't we, folks? We keep showing up. We're doing all the things that they hate. And frankly, the more of us that come together, the louder we are, the more cohesive we are, the more we actually scare them. I gotta say it again, because so often we're talking about how we process our own fear, and that's understandable. There are reasons to be afraid, but courage is born out of looking fear in the eye and saying, fuck you. But they are going to get a lot more scared because we're going to keep showing up. And those billionaires, their money cannot protect them for that much longer. Because we're coming for all the systems of harm. All of them. And when we do, and it is a win, we can embrace this beloved community as our own and lead by example, and then, and only then, can we say we are great. Thank you, folks. Keep up the struggle.
¿Qué futuro hay aquí? Quisiera poder descansar y soñar. Cuando yo me fui, no sabía a dónde ir, pero ya sé quién soy y eso nadie me lo quita. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Say 'em loud, say 'em clear, for the whole round world to hear. Well, I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what what it means to be me, then you'd see and agree that every person should be free. Well, I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every person it would be if I found I could fly. Well, I'd soar through the sun and look down at the sea, and I'd sing 'cause I know. Yes, I'd sing 'cause I know. Yes, I'd sing 'cause I know what it means to be free. Thank you. Thank you.
Shalom, Shanti, peace, salam. I'm Rabbi Mordechai Liebling. I am holding this sign that says, "End GEO concentration camps." My parents escaped from a German slave labor camp. They came to this country for freedom. They could only stay here because I was born here. I am known as an anchor baby, and that was a law that Trump changed in his first administration. Shame. My parents came here for freedom, so things like this would not happen. This is a precursor of our future, all of us. This is a warning to every single one of us that we have to be vigilant about our freedom. There are people who want to take our freedom away. Representative Rabb, who I am very proud to say I'm one of his constituents, said that we are communities of struggle. And this is just the very beginning of that struggle in many ways. They want to put many people in jail. They want many people to be afraid. There is nothing more important than showing up like we are today and showing up consistently. And we all have to figure out how we are going to up the ante. Just as the Trump administration has upped the ante every day for the last 6 months, we have to learn to figure out what our next steps are. Communities of struggle are communities in solidarity. Being here today is an act of solidarity. I'm going to take 1 minute of 30 seconds of quiet. Ask yourself, what is your next act of solidarity? Where are you going to show up next? The only way we are going to maintain our freedom or get a new freedom or a deeper freedom and a deeper democracy than we've had is by keep on showing up to places like this and more. we have to increase what we are doing in our communities of struggle to make sure that this is and becomes more a land of freedom. That is our responsibility as citizens. That's an old-fashioned word in many ways. We need the people inside to get a path to citizenship, and we need to show what being a good citizen is, which means fighting for freedom every day and in every way. And we want to shut this place down. Shut it 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 down. Continue to fight for freedom every day.
Okay, this is a story in Spanish. Llegué a Moshannon después de un viaje de 4 horas. Estuvimos esposados y encadenados todo el tiempo y no sabíamos a dónde íbamos. Ni siquiera nos quitaban las esposas para ir al baño. Nos quitaron todas nuestras pertenencias, nos dieron sus uniformes y una bolsa de almuerzo. La única comida que había visto en más de 24 horas. Y luego nos llevaron a las celdas. Era una habitación enorme con 50 o 60 mujeres mirándonos. En cuanto los guardias nos dejaron, empezaron a preguntarme por las manzanas. La manzana. Solo quería saber sobre ella. Finalmente me di cuenta de que había una manzana en la bolsa de almuerzo y de que esas mujeres no habían visto una sola pieza de fruta fresca en el tiempo que llevaban ahí. Una mujer llevaba 1 año ahí sin ver ni comer una sola pieza de fruta fresca. Saqué la manzana y logré cortarla en pedacitos y compartirla con todas, pero no me atreví a comer mi pedazo. Se lo di a otra de las mujeres.
Friends, we have just a few minutes left to this program, and I want to ask, please, actually just tell you, please, please, please do not engage with any counter-protesters. There is no need to engage with them. Do not touch them. They also have the right of free speech. We are not here to argue with them today. Thank you.
How are we, Pennsylvania? That's not good enough. I said, how are we, Pennsylvania? All right, let's try it one more time. How are we, Pennsylvania? That's what I like to hear. That's wonderful. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jaime Martinez. I'm your neighbor. And I'm the community defense organizer at Casa San Jose, which is based out of Pittsburgh. So where are my Pittsburgh people? All right, cool. And let's see, because we got to be equitable. Where are Philly folks? All right, how about Central PA? Let's hear you loud and clear. I love it. I love it. And what's great is we're only going to grow. And this is just the beginning. And so a lot of what I do is track ICE raids, track detentions in southwestern Pennsylvania, accompany people, provide them dignity by telling them, I don't know you, but I care. And so we're going to watch your detention, and we're going to figure out who can give you resource, who can find you. And far too often, our friends in Pittsburgh end up at Moshannon Valley Processing Center, just down the street.
Shame!
And I have a friend who a few months ago, I had the chance to visit. Somebody on video watched him get brutally taken down, guns drawn, cursing at him, laying him flat on the ground when he provided no resistance.
Shame!
only to end up at this processing center. And so I went and I saw him, and when you show up to the facility, you have to stay far at the gate. You can't actually go right up to the building. So they ask you, who are you here to see? What's your friend's A number? And then you drive in, and I wanted to pray with my friend because I knew that he had gone to church with some of my other friends. And so I brought my rosary with me. You're not allowed to bring much, if anything, in there, but I pulled out my rosary, and I made sure to ask the lady at the front because I don't want to break any rules. No. Can I bring this in? I want to pray with my friend. And you know what she said? Absolutely not. Put that away right now. Shame. And so I put away the rosary. But there was nothing that day that could have stopped me and could have stopped him from praying together.
Amen.
And when I saw him come through those doors in the visitation room, after I had been walked through massive fences, layers of fences, there were no knobs on the doors. They were all remotely controlled. Layers and layers of razor wire that were taller than me, although I'm not that tall, so. And when I arrive at this visitation area and see him come out, he's wearing a red jumpsuit. And he begins to tell me that that's the only jumpsuit that he had. That he couldn't wash his clothes. And so he would have to take off his underwear and wash his underwear in his cell in solitary confinement where he had been for 9 days.
Shame!
And he pulled his collar forward like this. And he showed me the yellow sweat stains. He told me that he banged on the door relentlessly for hours hoping to talk to his mother over the phone. He'd only get a little bit of time every night. And that apart from that, he was given nothing to read or write with. Shame. Confined by himself, with no one to rely on but God himself. And so hearing all of this, I burst into tears. And I cried a lot with him that day. And something we talked about, and something that I tried my best to reinforce in him, knowing that it's much easier said than done. I told him, your dignity must be unshakable. And although you may be trapped in these walls, and although they may treat you as less than human, there are people that love you. There is somebody there in that cell with you, putting his hand on your shoulder. And there are people outside of this prison that are thinking of you and working for your liberation. Yes. And for the liberation of your neighbors. And that is you all today.
Yeah.
That is you all. And so these conditions at Moshannon, you've already heard a lot of speakers before me, but they're pretty nasty. Keeping people in cold cells so they shiver at night. Keeping them in huge pods with over 200 people and not enough facilities. Keeping the water of the shower scalding hot so it burns your skin. And slowly degrading our individuality, our humanity.
Shame!
When we watch what's happening at the facility just 10 minutes away from us, when we look at it in the eyes, what we see of our country, of our commonwealth, and of ourselves. That is a hard thing to swallow. Yep. And that's not just the people who are anti-immigrant, the people that want this to continue, but it's also all of us. Because our taxpayer dollars go into this facility. We struggle with this. And we need to own this. And we need to take accountability and know how we can help and be part of the solution. Amen?
Amen.
All right, I like that. And so my point is, it's gnarly. It's bad. Lots of helplessness in today's world. One of the largest facilities in the country. But you all standing here give me hope. And my friend, who is not in solitary confinement anymore, is also giving me hope. The inmates in there, they give me hope. They tell me that every night they gather their chairs in a large circle in one of the pods and they pray together for hours. And they build community among each other. And that's the way in which we're able to realize, even through the darkest of times, we can do something good. We can find that hope, that light. And so, on a concluding note, I ask you, let's just not think today about what happens inside those walls, but also about what we're going to do in our daily lives, at home. It's nice to protest. It's nice to make your sign. It is nice to build community. But when you leave here, what are you going to do? Will you feed the sick? Will you visit the imprisoned? Will you heal the? Will you feed the hungry?
Yes.
That's a question. All right, that was kind of. Let's try it again. Will you visit the imprisoned?
Yes.
Will you feed the hungry? Yes. Will you greet your neighbor and love them as your own? Yes. And will you recognize the fundamental dignity that we all have because we are human beings? That it is not something, but someone.
Yes.
And so we will crush ice in due time, starting today and continuing, not with violence, not with harsh words, but with love, through those tactics that we are best at, that are uniquely human. Amen.
Amen.
I hope you all have a safe trip back. Thank you for being here. Make sure to come back, and let's win this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Emily Joy. Whoop, hold on. I'm Emily Joy. Oh, absolutely.
And I'm Hannah Rothman. And we sing together a lot in Philadelphia, so we're very glad that we could be part of this. Emily Joy is going to sing part of her song. I'm going to sing part of my song to make sure that we keep it short, sweet, and very, very much to the point.
I wrote this song in the first Trump presidency, and unfortunately it's still relevant. Open the door, she's my sister. Open the doors, she is my king. Open the doors, she is my sister. Open the doors, and let them all in. Open the doors. Open the doors. He is my brother. He is my brother. He is my kin. Open the doors. He is my king. Open the doors. He is my brother. Open the doors and let them all in. Why are they captive? What have they done? No more than you or I or anyone. Open the doors. Open the doors. They are our children. They are our children. Open the doors. They are our king. Open the doors. They are our family. They are our family. Open the doors and let them all in.
Indivisible, Pennsylvania,
We have
YouTube,
an obligation to call upon the higher powers and really just demand justice.
There's a
So
lot
I'm
of
going to
cameras
say it,
and a
and
lot
then you can sing along with Emily Joy, and you can clap your hands along with Emily Joy. Because, you know, as Emma Goldman said, if I can't dance, it's not my revolution. So please move your bodies in a justice beat. Here we go.
Open, open up.
Sha'arei tzedek.
Gates of justice.
Avo bam.
I will enter.
Odeya.
I will praise your name.
Pitchu li.
Open, open up.
Sha'arei tzedek.
The gates of justice.
Avo bam.
I will enter.
Odeya.
I will praise your
Well, there's a
name.
long list of things gone wrong. I hear you clapping. The list is so very long. It's enough to make you walk away. But something inside's just got to say, we don't have to beg or plead or even wring our hands. We can organize, mobilize, make demands. The world we want is ours to create. So let's do it now, no time to wait. Pitchu li.
Open, open up.
Sha'arei tzedek.
Gates of justice.
Avo bam.
I will enter.
Odeya.
I will praise your name.
All right, we're just gonna say open the gates of justice together like this. Ready? It goes like this. Open up the gates of justice. Sing it.
Open up the gates of justice.
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 Open up the gates of
Together,
justice.
open up the gates of justice. We can do this, and we will. Folks, we've reached the almost the end of our program. We have one more faith leader to lead us out, but a few housekeeping announcements. First of all, a couple of our speakers asked you, what are you going to do next? Hopefully you got these half sheets, piece of paper when you came in. If not, there are probably more at the volunteer tent in the back. On the back side of it are a whole bunch of organizations and opportunities for you to stay connected, donate, give more of your time, give more of your soul, and show up some more. Thank you. There are way too many people to thank for making this a possibility, so I'm not going to do it other than to say thank you for being here. Thank you. In just a few moments, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. The buses are leaving, most of the buses, all of the Philly buses are leaving at 4 o'clock from the same place that you were dropped off. If you came on a bus, please make your way there as soon as we are finished here. If you did not come on the bus, you have the option of heading into town just down that street a few blocks and joining the protest that's been going on there since 2 o'clock of people who are local trying to tell their township members and their county members to shut this down. Woo! It's just down the street, a couple of blocks. You're more than welcome to go there until 5 o'clock or, of course, head home. Those of you with blue bracelets, if you need to know where to go, come to the gates right there, and we will tell you exactly how to get to the next place that you're going. Thank you so much. One last prayer before we head out.
Good afternoon. I am Dwayne Mosier. I'm the pastor of a little congregation outside of Norristown. And, you know, it was quite a drive to get here, and what a blessing to be here with so many of my siblings in faith, in life, living here together, and recognizing that in this beautiful setting that we're in right now, something that is unspeakable is happening so close. And, you know, the things going on at Moshannon and other detention center are just immoral. They are things that should not be happening, and something that we cannot allow to keep happening in our world. As a person of faith, I just want to say that, you know, the God that I believe in, the God of covenant, will not allow for a country, a community, a government that has its foot on the back and the neck of the innocent and the people who are in need and marginalized cannot exist. And that is for the people of God, the people of faith, to speak up and say a word that raise their voices together. I'm a Christian. I'm part of a United Church of Christ, and I know there's many faith traditions here today. You may be Christian or Jewish or Muslim or whatever religious you might be. You may not have a faith at all. But we're here today because we have been united together in a cause that is moral, a cause of speaking out for justice, of speaking out for life, and recognizing the sacredness of each person's life. There have been many things said here today, many things said, and it may seem like it's been going on for a long time, and that everything has been said, but the truth is it hasn't been said. Enough hasn't been said. That's where you come in, as so many people have already told you. It's something, it's up to each of us to raise our voices, because together we can make a difference. Together you can make a difference with your siblings here in faith. And so as we go forth, I'm reminded of how special it is, how beautiful you are here, to see you here gathered together, raising our voices. And I also see the breeze that's been cooling us off, and I thank God for that. As it's been coming across the water here, I'm reminded of the God of creation that we so often talk about, that blew across the water, that Spirit blew across the water, and I feel that wind blowing. And so today, as we go forward, I want to offer you a blessing that may the God of creation, the God of justice, the God of hope, whatever spirit that may be for you, may that spirit blow through you, may it strengthen you, may it give you hope for a new day, and may we go forth to seek justice for each and every person, the people in this detention center that should be freed, whose lives are important. May we all find justice, and may we raise our voices, those in power, those who hear, have no voice but to hear.
Again, thank you so much for being here. Your options are, if you came on a bus, go to a bus. If you didn't come on a bus, you are welcome to walk down that way a few blocks to the rally, the protest that's been going on for the past few hours in the center of town, or you are welcome to start making your way home. Thank you so much. People with blue wristbands, meet at the gate.
If anybody lost a pair of glasses, there is a pair of glasses up here.
Okay, I will be ending the live stream shortly. We'll be picking back up in a little bit for the next location. Just after 2 hours of live streaming, everyone's packing up to head out. I will be staying around for the second location. We're making our way over. I'm going to stop the live stream and make my way over there and start recording again. Live stream will go back up and should go to the same destinations, including Indivisible, PA United YouTube live stream. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in a